I decided that I needed to take the next step in my educational journey. I was always finding watching YouTube videos or reading blogs to find out how I could better extend myself. Maybe ITU was the best option for me, and it was. I really thoroughly enjoyed all the master classes, all the module lessons and the lectures, and I just thought that this was a great way for me to actually progress in my teaching career. What I learned from some of the modules, I could apply that I could see the change, to see my students progress, to see them bring those reading skills back into the classroom, to step out without fear, with confidence enough to be able to read in front of others, to have them feedback through journals and interviews, to see how they enjoyed it, to see how the parents enjoyed the process of it. And again, it just, even though it was a home project, that confidence fed back into the classroom, which was really an encouragement to see. My name is Marc Pietersen. I was a B.Ed teacher from South Africa. I started studying in 2008, and I was part of like a gap program. So like student teacher, but working full-time at a school. So I had hand-on experience all the way through my degree. And at the moment, I am in the United Arab Emirates, and I teach at an international British school. So I decided that I needed to take the next step in my educational journey and to enhance my abilities as an educator. I was always finding watching YouTube videos or reading blogs to find out how I could better extend myself in the profession. I joined SURASA with the ITO, the International Teachers Olympiad, in, 2003. And I did the first Olympiad, and I achieved 30 percentile. And I was actually quite impressed with my abilities. And I was like, okay, well, this is quite nice, you know. And then obviously getting that support through the program, through the International Teachers Olympiad, put me on a journey of thinking, okay, well, maybe this could be another step for me. I did it for another year again, and then I received an email for ITU, and I thought, well, maybe I need to take the next step. Maybe I need to extend myself by actually achieving the next level. And what I received through SURASA, through the Teacher Olympiad, I thought, well, this is actually quite a nice way of learning. And I really enjoyed the master classes that we had to attend. I enjoyed the lecturers and all the professors that were delivering that. I thought, like, well, if this is the type of caliber that I'm going to receive through a master's program, maybe ITU was the best option for me. And it was. I really thoroughly enjoyed all the master classes, all the module lessons and the lectures. And I just thought that this was a great way for me to actually progress in my teaching career. My heart has always been for supporting other teachers, or not just supporting the students in my classroom, but my colleagues around me. And I thought that I've always had a passion for just mentoring and growing and extending. And I just felt that going through an institute like ITU would give me that ability and that possibility. When we had our group, our cohorts, and we had breakout rooms, to be able to share and to listen to other teachers was really, really encouraging. And I think that's what I would want to take from this, was growing the ability to mentor other teachers, but also be a better teacher for the students in my class. Creating a safe learning environment is vitally important, because that then pulls the learners in. Alongside all the other teaching strategies and tools that we learned through the ITU program, would help me be a better educator to support the students that are in my class every single year, and just growing in those skills as I progress for the rest of my teaching career. I found it very practical, because not only are you learning 21st century skills, but you're also learning skills that you can physically apply in a classroom environment. So what I learned from some of the modules, I could apply that. I could see the change. If it didn't work, that's okay. I could try a different strategy. And I really felt that was really an amazing thing to see. And my students in my classroom were also gaining from those experiences that I experienced through this program. I always felt that I was always supportive. If I had any problems, I could email Skilled Evidence, or I could email my project manager, and I always got a response. And I always felt that through that support, I was able to push through. It was obviously challenging having to work full time and study full time, but I just found that with being able to time manage and have that extra support where needed, as well as even my cohort of teachers that were with me, supporting each other, and actually it developed that family. And I really felt that that was really key to help motivate me and push me along and guide me and to support in the steps. And yes, there were lots of assignments that were due, but I felt that it was okay. If I just time managed effectively and asked for help when I needed help, I received that help. And it also took off a lot of that pressure and stress as well. Firstly, collaboration. I really missed when the lectures stopped or the module sessions stopped, and you didn't really have that weekly connection with your cohort and your peers. It took a lot, not a lot, out of me, but it was missing that connection, which was fine because we in our own just created our own groups to have like a catch up session or to have a share session and stuff like that. And I really felt that that was amazing. And I think the biggest thing I took was meeting my students' needs, identifying the needs of students. Okay, how can I meet their needs and to support them effectively in a classroom, and to also then see that grew their confidence and their ability, and that just came back into the classroom, which was really exciting for me to see. I do. I really feel that just being exposed and to different parts and different types of things. I mean, curriculum designing, advanced instructional strategies, planning, effective planning, especially for EL classrooms with being in the Middle East, I feel more equipped. And I also don't think that the learning stops now either. With having been able to do research and to do reading up on articles and journals and stuff like that, I think now I know what I need to do, not just reach out to other peers and everything else, but also be well, let's read what else is happening in the world beyond the borders of where I find myself. And I really feel that I have been equipped enough that I can take that next step and advance myself, support other teachers around me as well with different strategies and tools, and just bring that into whatever school environment I find myself in. Well, those were stressful from my own side and points. Having to really think carefully about what your panel would be about, where that fits within the educational system at the moment. Also creating a masterclass, but again, always having that support. I always had someone that I can send my presentation to check it out, to give me feedback on. But it's also inspired me to carry on with developing those type of things, whether it is blogging or creating a YouTube channel, just sharing ideas and thoughts that just goes beyond my classroom doors and beyond the school's borders as well. And really just digging deep into finding what are things that can make education better. How can we enhance learning for student progress and attainment? How can we create environments where students feel that support, which without limit, and encourages that element of it's okay. It's a space where I make mistakes, but I'm going to learn from those mistakes. And when I go home, I know what I need to do to extend myself. And I know who to go to ask if I need that support. So creating those environments was also very, very key and special during this program as well for me, that I could also see the repercussions at the end of it. For me, my action research, I think, was the most amazing experience. As stressful as it is that you have a word count, or that how are you going to put this thing together, the thing that pushed me the most with that was to see my students' progress, to see them bring those reading skills back into the classroom, to step out without fear, with confidence enough to be able to read in front of others, to have them feedback through journals and interviews, to see how they enjoyed it, to see how the parents enjoyed the process of it. And again, it just, even though it was a home project, that confidence fed back into the classroom, which was really an encouragement to see that the topic that I chose was an effective topic that was building those skills of confidence and for students to be taking the step and to build closer to being better educators or to be better students within their reading ability. And it was, again, having that support where I could send my paper off to my mentor and they could read up in sections saying, oh, you need to this, you need to change this. What do you think about this? How would you support this? You need to add extra information in here. And I really, again, found so supported within that process that when I was going through my checklists and clearing sections, I was doing it confidently because I knew I had the support and the backing from ITU that was supporting me through that process. Well, I'm hoping that to get the possibility of getting into leadership with the purpose of supporting teachers. That's what I'm wanting to do. So even if it's writing blogs, like I said, writing blogs, do podcasts on teaching skills and strategies, on what's worked in my classroom, what hasn't worked in my classroom, just so other teachers can also listen to things and be like, oh, that's a good idea. Or like, I don't think that's a good idea, but let's talk about it. So I'm hoping that I could bring what I did in my action research into the school environment where we can create audio libraries where students can listen to reading at home and then also apply those skills. And hopefully that can open up other avenues for creating innovative content to support students, but beyond the school boundary walls, because I think that's so important. Because then once you go beyond the school boundary walls, you can reach the world, you can reach nations, it can go international, but it's the purpose of helping students achieve and progress in their education. So that's what I would want to do at the end of the day. Do it. Do it. The scariest step is taking the first step, but it's the same thing as if in a race. Once you get the race started, it's that momentum that carries on. So it's basically what's your end goal? What is your purpose that you're wanting to drive towards? And keeping that in mind, keeping that motivation to know that what you're doing through the ITU program is going to make a large impact in the educational field. As you also are learning, you're also imparting and supporting your colleagues and other teachers around you. So I'd really say that, take that first step, do it, keep your motivation and keep pushing through because it is achievable.